Uh, hang on 1 second. Okay, not related. Anyways, hello. I am streaming off my usual time, so I'm not expecting the irregulars to come. But anyways, this is the beginning of the Hell Week. It's not really gonna be as hellish as Hell Week, nor is it only gonna be a week. Hey guys, welcome. It's not my usual time, so I'm expecting new faces, I suppose, if people do come, that is. And since it's not my usual time, I might as well take the time to quickly explain things, because there are some stuff that I need to yap about in the beginning. Unfortunately, I like to yap about stuff, so I'm gonna briefly talk about stuff because I have some stuff to answer based on what has happened the last stream. So just an overview, this year we're gonna do this roadmap, basically trying to figure out my own style, but obviously it's not gonna be as simple as just, as what I have written on the roadmap. But regardless, we're gonna go through all of these topics here over the next probably 3 to 4 months is what I've decided on, and we're gonna start off with hair. So the last time we were talking about this, the biggest issue was how do we know when to move on from one part to the next? Because obviously, just by drawing it once or twice, you're not gonna learn the artist's style. And I also don't want to spend 10 years at one specific area here. So the question was, how long before we go to the next part? Or like, what is the criteria? Do we have a test? And the thing I've decided after doing my last stream was that it is very difficult to decide. But at the moment, it feels like what I should be doing is maybe take like about 1 or 2 weeks on each topic, and then we just move on. Regardless if I learn anything new, regardless if we have mastered any new styles, we're just gonna move on. And probably the part that we'll learn the most about developing our own style is this part here, which is going to be about 3 to 4 months later. So this is about 3 to 4 months later, where we actually just draw a bunch of our own original illustrations. Why do I have 10 viewers? What? Alright, it's pretty interesting. Anyways, it's about to get pretty boring, because this is just a grind, basically. You guys are welcome to join, obviously. And every week, rather every time I stream, I'll be doing a new artist. So if you guys have any suggestions, feel free. And everything will be archived. It will be unlisted, just to keep the channel a bit cleaner. I might unlist them and public them later, but in any case, you can always find the videos because I have the playlist link in the video description here. And everything's in the same playlist from everything that I've done since the beginning, which is not that long ago. But another thing that I kind of want to talk about is what process we're going to go about doing the studies. At least for the hair, I've decided that we have option 1, which is we learn a particular artist style until we're really good at it. But, I don't necessarily have a style that I really like, so I don't think we should spend that much time on one person. The second option is that I just keep drawing my own thing and then try to fix stuff that I feel like is lacking, which is the most effective if that's what I want to do. But I realized that we probably won't see a lot of new stuff, which is why what we're doing right now is basically a hybrid. So I'm going to be doing a quick study of someone's style today, and then after that I'll try to do some stuff on my own. I don't know what the time management is going to be like, specifically because this is the first time I'm doing this. So we are about to find out, and that's all the yapping I'm about to do. Most likely the stream is going to be pretty quiet. But I guess I should just briefly mention what I'm going to do is that because the focus is on hair, and specifically hair, I'm not going to bother, doing like a complete study. If any of you guys are my viewers of my other videos, you guys know that I start from sketching just by eye. But that is going to take too much time. I only have about 2 to 3 hours. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to block out the... I'm going to just block out the bigger shapes for each of these pieces that I want to do, which I have a few lined up, which I guess I should just briefly go over it. I don't know how many I can do, once again. So this artist is a Korean artist, and he has courses on Colosso, which is actually suggested to me by I got the idea from a viewer's comment from my last stream, but the style is relatively straightforward compared to a lot of the other Arknights artists. So we got a few options today that we'll see how far we can go. And so it starts off a little bit simple. So over here is pretty straightforward. We get a few angles as well, so we can get a little bit better feel for the style. And then this has slightly more colors. And the more interesting part is that there is actually a work in progress that they have posted. And then this is slightly different color with a lot more gradients on the shadows. This is just here for the long hair. I don't think I can get here, honestly. And then there's some other stuff which I probably won't be drawing, but I thought it was just interesting to point out. But if there's time, we'll talk about it. But otherwise, that's kind of the plans for today. And since I'm trying to train myself, my biggest problem is always, how do I break shapes down into simpler ones? Because we all know that, you know, you draw anime hair, right? You get this middle blob, you get this side blob, and so on and so forth, right? Maybe it's a bit longer in this case, it could be a bit shorter. But how do we split the hairs here? And that was the thumbnail for the last one. But it's really hard to learn just by doing it once or twice, which is why we're going to grind out a few different artist styles here. But just to start us off, I'm just going to block things out here, so I don't spend time trying to get all the proportions right, because that's not the point here. If there's enough time, we can always get the proportions right. But in this case, we just kind of want to trace that out, save some time, and focus a little bit more on figuring out, or rather focusing on how the artist actually breaks up the shapes. And we can't really see the top here, but I guess I'll just add it in because we do know her hairstyle. Wait, do we know her hairstyle? This is right? Ponytail, yes. I'm just gonna put it in the eyes because it's gonna be a little bit difficult to tell what's happening. It's not very comfortable position to be drawing in. There's some brief shapes here. And there's the nose here. It would be cool if we can like do like a original angle, and then without looking, you know, at any references at the end. But I seriously doubt this time. How far are we in already? Okay, I've only yapped about 5 minutes, which is surprising. 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, we're just gonna work off of this. With the reference, so I'm just gonna put this down, and this is group 1, so I might as well dump it in here. What is this? Empty layer. Okay, we have the space, so let me just up this. Oh, it's interesting. It looks kind of slanted. I guess it is slanted. It didn't feel as slanted as I'm feeling now. But, not too important. Okay. Here comes the grind. And there's not much for me to talk about here, I think, because I don't really know what I'm doing. So it's not like I can really teach anyone anything. But, yeah, anyways. Okay, let's see. We don't get as insane number of lines as Min. We don't get like... I think Mogun does a little bit more like better shapes. Like the shapes are a little bit wider. Oh, and then I might as well take note of the lines. So it's a bit weird because I'm trying to develop my own style, so I should draw a little bit more freely. Hello? Eh? あれ、こんにちは。日本人ですか？日本人の視聴者は初めてかもしれないですね。どうかな？ Try to keep the lines, yeah, like I was saying, I'm not really sure if I should keep the everything style too similar or not, because if we tie ourselves down too much, it becomes a little bit difficult to develop our own. But at the same time, this is meant to be a study. So this shape, I don't think I would draw this shape by myself. It's a little bit unnatural to me. And also this here. I do find myself drawing this as well. This tiny little thing here, over here. But I always felt kind of weird. Which is why these studies kind of help. You get to see other people use the shapes, and then, you know, a lot of times when you're drawing, you get hyper-focused on one area and it feels weird, but in reality, it doesn't matter as much. Also, just for the record, this person do have their colossal course, but I have not bought it, so I do not know what they teach in the course. I'm going off just blind. I'm not from Japan. I just speak Japanese. Uh, I may have spent a lot of time in a game called VR Chat, which I'm sure some of my friends from there are here right now, because I see them playing. And I did tell them about the stream yesterday. There's not necessarily a lot of emphasis on the lines. We are not doing a lot of ambient occlusion like this. With the shading, it's mostly in color. Okay, that's good to know. The lines themselves are pretty straightforward. Oh boy, eventually probably gonna do Min again, because Min's hair is pretty insane. God damn, Min's hair is like a different level. Anybody play MapleStory? Anybody enjoying the MapleStory music, or is it just me? Like that's just last time no one played MapleStory, or no one like chatted about it, I guess. I think it's pretty fitting that I'm doing Korean artists with a Korean game. Pretty sure it's still pretty popular there. MapleStory. Ooh. Okay, we have this. Okay, I'm not gonna be 100% precise. That's not the point. We do kind of have to keep pace here. Wait, never mind about being precise. I'm just off the mark. So this is just up. It's really hard to get rid of my habit of trying to just draw clean lines in one go. It's a big problem for efficiency, unless you're really, really that good. So yeah, like even this line, this piece here, pretty interesting, the shapes that is being used. It's not shapes that I would use for sure. Oh, what? It's gone. My line. I'm gonna have to be a little bit sloppy here. Yeah, this tiny piece here. Yes, I am using a display tablet. It's a Wacom Cintiq 13HD from 10 years ago. It is very good quality, I might add. Like after all these years of like traveling with me in my backpack, I always carry it. So, you know, it gets squished on the the airplane's what was the thing called, the upper storage thingy. And after, well, I didn't use it for 10 years, so I left it sitting for 5 years before I started drawing in 2020 March. Wait, no, 2021 March? 2020 March. Shit, I don't remember. I think it's 2020. It doesn't really have any problems except for the stand. The stand is really shit. Although I can't really blame them, to be honest. Like, it's a really thin piece of plastic, and after all these years of using it, I mean, fatigue would just get to it. There's no way around it. But so that's why I have a counter on screen for how many times my tablet falls. Because that tiny piece of plastic is just hanging on for dear life. Also, I just messed up the shapes. Oops. Yeah. 適当でいいや、これ。There's not a lot of like lines like this that I'm noticing. It's mostly just like outline, if you will. It's interesting because a lot of people that only have like outlines, like line art on their outlines, tend to just use the layer effect, and then they use a brush to get the blocks, the shape in. Blah blah blah. I can't speak. And that will save a lot of time because you don't have to draw the lines. And this here looks painted in at the end. Kind of hard to tell. Usually when I make videos as well, like, I don't know what the original artist did what the order of operations. I just do what makes sense to me, which I guess is fine. PMO. I can't say that I know what that means, but for sure, whatever that means. Okay, the back. Do we want to care too much about the back? Okay, not yet though. Kind of forgot about the ears. Whoops. Alright, let's forget about the sides first. Let's get the rest of the bottom here in. It's all good. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's very chill here. I'm gonna be here. I always stream on Friday night. For me, it's Tuesday night for me. Oh wait, yeah, it is Tuesday night for me, just for reference. But I stream on Friday nights, and then beyond that, I'm trying to bring up the number of times I stream from once a week to at least 3 times a week, and it would just all be grinds like this, at least for the meantime. In the future, we'll probably be doing more exciting stuff, like more actual, like really difficult pieces. We'll be studying difficult pieces, like the videos that I make. Right now I'm testing this out because I do have full-time work. So I have to come home, I have to cook, I have to eat, I have to clean up, shower, and then get ready for stream, and then not go too long because you know, work. Right now I'm not sure how sustainable this is, but I intend to go as far as I can. Alright, I'm too lazy to get the curve correct. We know that it's fine. This year, very reminiscent of Ask. It's been so long since I made that video. But Ask does a lot of those hair that's like on the thing. Which papilla with okay, if it's very smooth. I don't even know if there's like paper texture kind of stuff back then. I'm sure. Wait, yeah, I'm not sure if there are, but mine is definitely smooth. Hey there, lit axe. Lit. Very lit. Nice, nice, nice. Welcome, welcome. Dun, 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 dun. And one of these days I gotta draw a Maple Story or something. It's been with me for like over 12 years now. Is it 13, 14 years? Nah, way longer than that actually. Holy shit. Like back in 2000 and... Ooh, 2000 and... Damn, 2008? Okay, let me see. The shapes here are... It doesn't... It's not like this. It's not like... How should I say it? I'm not in Japan. It's American West Coast time. It is currently 9:48 in the evening. Fridays I would stream for like the next 5 hours, but today probably we go like... Also, I left this line in by accident. Whoops. Probably go like 2 more hours, and then I have to suya in the bed. Suya is the Japanese onomatopoeia for sleeping. Oh wait, is that... Wait, what is this? Oh, okay, the hair ends. Interesting. How to overcome laziness. So I have feelings I wanted to be drawn in my mind, but my body is refusing what I want. I'm guessing what you're saying is you have ideas that you want to draw, right? And your body is refusing. What do you think I'm streaming? I'm streaming because if I stream, everything is recorded, and I want things to be recorded, to be left as a record of my progress. So I have to do it properly. I'm trying to force myself to do it properly. So I come up with the plan that you saw in the beginning of the stream, and I try to come up with ideas of what I should do, and I try to execute it, and then, you know, whether if it works or fails is all online. I just feel accountable like this. So, you know, find some way to make yourself be held accountable. There are people who like, you know, like that's that saying, it's like if you tell someone you want to do something, it makes you more likely to do it, especially if you care about what that person thinks of you, or what other people thinks of you. So you can just go out there and tell random strangers or like your friends that, oh, I'm gonna do this thing. Because you know that later down the line, if you don't do it, they're gonna be like, why did you do that thing that you were saying you're gonna do? And they'd be like, ah, wait. That could be one way. Obviously, it sounds kind of like you're forcing yourself, which unfortunately I think for me is very necessary. Yeah, it took basically a miracle for me to start drawing, even though I've always wanted to draw it. Detailed curls in the hair make baby picture, but not quite detailed. How do I guess? Okay. Detailed curls in the hair. I'm not 100% sure which part you're referring to, but in this case, because it's a study, I am just looking and copying. If you meant like how do you draw very nice lines, first of all, I'm not saying I'm drawing very nice lines. If anyone, anyways, yeah, that would just be like a lot of practice. A lot of times, there's a lot of different ways to draw lines. If you guys know who Mogun is, or Modare, how do you write it? Like this. But basically, if you look at their colossal courses, they basically recommend, they basically not recommend, but they basically draw lines like by pulling it like this, right? And if you hear people, I remember back when I started, I always see tutorials saying that, oh, you don't want to do sketchy lines because that's not good, you know, like you should practice drawing in a single stroke because it gives you confidence and makes you feel, that makes you be more proficient and blah 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 blah. It doesn't really matter. Whichever one works for you. For me, what I do is that I usually have a rough, right? You have your rough, and then you have your eyes, and then you have your hair, and then above this, I will do the final line. And because I have all these curves that I have during the sketching phase, and the sketching phase is not gonna be this messy. It's gonna be like already kind of like this, right? It's gonna be something like this, and I have all these curves, and these curves are what I already think is aesthetically pleasing. So when I do line art, I don't want to change it, and I don't like doing this because I find like the time trying to join the different small sections even more time consuming. So I just end up doing a lot of, I just try to draw, like I will do this, right? I will try to pull the same line 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times until I get it. And over time, this turns out that it was a really good practice for hand-eye coordination, and that kind of helped. Yeah, so you could do that. It's up to you. If you have like an ideal style of like, you know, oh, I want to draw like this person, and just look at what the person's lines look like, and you can just mimic it. You don't have to wait, did I mess up the shapes? Whatever, doesn't really matter. Just trying to pick note of the shapes here. But if you have someone you really like, and then just go for that style, I think. Over time, honestly, one of the stuff that I really got caught up on as a beginner was that I wanted to have my own style, but that made me like, oh, I don't want to copy anyone, because you know, if you copy someone, that's not your own style. Am I not just gonna be stuck in that style forever? And honestly, it doesn't matter too much, because if you keep drawing, eventually your own style will come out. So whatever you do, just start drawing. Yeah, too obsessed over perfect lines. Yeah, that is a big problem, I think. Yeah, as a self-learner and as a beginner, what you do is you look at those amazing artists and then you're like, oh shit, that looks great. And then you do something. You try to mimic them, and then all you see are your own imperfections. And then you get really obsessed over those imperfections. And I think to some extent it's necessary, but it's very easy to get caught up in it. Like I would draw something, like for example, folds of like clothing, right? And we're gonna get to that in a couple of weeks, I imagine, but you don't have to make it look logically correct. You just have to make it look somewhat logically correct. It doesn't have to be 100%. But then I will make some shape that would probably make some sense. You know, it's probably good enough. But then I'll look at it and be like, is this right? You know, and then I try some new stuff and then I look at it again. And then the more I look at it, the more weird it gets. And then I just can never get it right after that. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter that much. It's about the idea. And if you can get the idea across, it's good enough, I think. All the other technical stuff like fundamentals of how you can draw nicely or more perfectly will come over time. Which is also why we kind of don't want to get stuck on like doing studies forever here. So anyways, sorry for the rant. I don't think I'm really in a position to be like saying that you should or should not be doing anything. After all these years, I'm still kind of stuck on the same issues, which is why I started this plan of grinding out a bunch of pieces, essentially, is what I'm gonna do. So now I'm gonna be lazy. I'm just gonna pick colors. Once again, we're here today just to do some quick and simple studies. Not be too caught out on the necessarily the line work, the color choices. All of those things will be taken care of in due time in different sections of the stream. And even actually coloring isn't really part of my plan at the moment, but I realized that trying to just learn, you know, figure out the style without thinking about colors is also not very good. Some styles are not very compatible with some rendering styles, so might as well do it together. Doing animation as I'm not. Ooh, you have a long road. I don't know where you are in that process, but animation, man, it's insane. You gotta be so good at the at your forms. Illustrations to some extent, because it doesn't move, you can, you know, not be that precise with the forms and it wouldn't be too noticeable. But you cannot do that for animations. And that is crazy hard. Probably stuff like perspective and putting shapes into perspective and then rotating them is probably a lot more important than getting like perfect lines, I think, for animation. Not that I know too much about it though, honestly. Yeah, I do know Japanese. For what it's worth, I do have M1 certification, but I don't think M1 is too useful unless you're looking for a job. I do much more prefer like practicing speaking with actual natives. It's a really cool thing though to learn a language, and I do applaud you for going for that. And once you do, your whole world just opens up. If you think about it, right? Like English, on the English side, we have so much memes, so many memes, and so many random nonsense like internet subculture, fandoms, and stuff like that. Every other language has their own too, and yeah, you haven't gotten exposed to it. I was so insane when I first picked it up and started understanding more and more random stuff. You want to work in Japan? Oh, I see. Probably as an animator then, in that line, possibly. It depends on your own background. If you haven't touched like the Asian language before, it's gonna be pretty challenging, as I'm sure you've already found out. But I would definitely suggest like finding a way for you to listen to a lot of it. Whether if it's like watching VTubers, which there's a good chance that you probably do already. Also, wait, hang on. Let me okay, no, that's fine. Ah, yes. Okay, that's great. That's perfect. Just keep that up, and then you'll be up there very, very quickly. Why did I do the lines perfectly? I don't even need. Oops. VR chat is so. Yeah. So what was it like? 20? God damn it! Which year was it? 2020. Shit. 2020. No, 2029. 2019. No, 2029 is not here yet. 2019 December is when I started. I think. How many years is that? Dang. 4 years now. But and since the first day, I was basically just in like the Japanese tutorial world, which I'm sure you know. And obviously back then it wasn't like, there was a period of time where VR chat got really popular for learning languages, and everyone's like, oh, you can go into the Japanese tutorial world and speak Japanese to Japanese people. Yeah, it's a great way to learn. And then 10,000 Americans flocked to the world. And because American culture, people tend to be louder, they tend to be more self-opinionated. The Japanese people had to put a quiz onto the world, so like they can gatekeep non-Japanese speakers outside. It's so funny. But yeah, back when I started, it was just pure Japanese people there. So you either speak Japanese, understood Japanese, or you're just gonna be left off conversation. Also, my music is really loud. Okay. Yeah. Wanna... Hide? 聞いたことあるかもしれないな。Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I watch a lot more VTubers. I watch a lot more... recently, I've just been watching Kenki. If you... he's more like a variety streamer. I don't know any English streamers. I mean, I do know them, but like... I mean, I don't know them, but... I know their names, but... I don't watch any, so I'm not sure who to equate this individual to. But they have a lot of weird, random... what do you call it in English? Programs, I guess? And you get to be exposed to a lot of different... nonsense, essentially. Shit, my progress is not very good. I'm slower than I'm expecting myself to be. But it's fine though. We'll learn as we go. Base color is actually taking up so much time. Yeah, I'm doing this as a hobby. I do have a goal that would determine, like, basically, how do I say this? It's a lifelong goal that I do want to achieve. So eventually I will branch into that. Oh, teacher is coming. Hello? Anyways. But yeah, right now it's a hobby. Eventually it'll be cool to get some work. You know, maybe from Arknights, you know. That would be the ultimate goal. You go to Akihabara and then you see your own art on those big billboards. That would be cool. It's still very far though. Working in Japan too, I'm very serious. Working, there's a lot of pressure. Yeah, Japanese culture is very much of not causing trouble to other people. So if you're not, you know, working hard, then things slow down maybe other people wait for you, and then there's a lot of pressure in that sense. Yes, go for it. I know a few individuals who actually gave up working in the West to go work in Japan. And one of them actually works till 10 at night, which is kind of insane. But basically go for like the more newer companies. If you go into a very traditional Japanese company where the CEO, or rather it has a long Japanese history, those tend to be a little bit more on the, you know, I don't really want to say like use too strong of a language, but you know, those tend to be a little bit more intense. Hello there. Oh, okay, new faces, welcome. Yeah, I don't know. I think creative industry in Japan still seems pretty, you know, pretty insane. Also, 1 second. Let me just think about what I'm doing here. What am I doing here? I have the base colors in. So that's the autopilot part gone. The current style is slightly simpler. I'm just going to break it out into all the... Looks to be about 3 different sets of shadows. Maybe more, maybe 4. In this specific case. Okay, let's just do shadow 1. So this would be here. And then S1. Yeah, newer companies are better. Or overseas companies, if you can find one. But depending on the industry, you might not even have the option. Okay, let me think about how I want to do this. Because my own style, is it compatible? It is compatible, but it might not be very natural. Oops. let's just pick a random shadow color here. So just in terms of general colors, not that you guys should be taking color advice from me, just to be clear, but base color, go bluer and then go slightly darker and desaturated usually tends to work. The shadow colors. I'm not trying to get the color correct, I'm just trying to get the shapes correct. So just trying to pay attention to the shapes here of the shadows. So, and then trying to think about what I would do if, sorry, I'm just not following the conversation. I kind of need to talk about this real quick so I focus myself. So if what I would do is, I probably wouldn't even do it like this, actually. I mean, in terms of the shadows. It's kind of interesting that the sides here, these guys here, this guy here, is also shaded. I wouldn't do that, so that's an interesting note for me, for myself. How many years did it take? So I always get asked that, and I guess I haven't really spoken too much Japanese on stream, so no one really quite knows exactly where I'm at, but how do I say this? I started, okay, let me put it this way. 2019 December, when I first started playing VR chat, I couldn't speak at all, and I couldn't understand. I could understand like individual words, you know, like the level of Japanese understanding you get when you watch a lot of anime. And then you're just like, ah, yes, I know, ちょっと待って, I know, なんだっけな? I forgot what the other ones are. Yeah, so there's a lot of aspects to my Japanese. So obviously, grammar and vocabulary, you kind of have to force yourself to memorize. There's no way around it. But pronunciation and ability to understand what you're hearing, that is like kind of, how do I say this? Like, it's different, right? Those are kind of hard to practice, and it's usually what I tend to hear. For me, I spent a lot of my childhood watching Japanese media, which I'm sure you guys have as well. But the biggest difference, I think, from me and my friends is that I tend to listen to a lot of Vocaloid songs, and I sang a lot of Vocaloid songs. And I'm not good at singing, but I just kept saying the words over and over and over and over. And back then, I couldn't even read like hiragana and katakana. All I read was the English Romanized pronunciation, right? The Romaji. And that went on for years and years and years and years. Without understanding what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand whatever the hell I'm singing. Probably singing something about something really cringe. Stuff like that. But that helped a lot with pronunciation. Like, that helped a lot with pronunciation. And another thing is, wait, hang on, let me think of this. This is interesting. Also, this workflow is kind of bad. I'm gonna switch out my workflow here. I'm gonna switch to my, just use pen and block things in. But anyways, and then in terms of listening, I would suggest watching a lot of Japanese content. You really have to be watching a lot of Japanese content. I'm not sure about every single language, but I'm sure most languages have a lot of stuff that is very nuanced, right? Like in Japanese, like the word might mean one thing, but saying it might mean a different thing. Saying it in yet a different tone is going to mean yet another meaning. So you're never going to learn those in textbooks. You have to learn those by speaking or watching other people or hearing other people use it. And getting corrected and making mistakes in front of actual Japanese people. I'm sorry to all the Japanese people I've offended over the years. I do have an episode about that, actually. It was, anyone who plays VR chat will relate. Wait, hang on. For me, my listening is decent, but when it comes to vocab and speaking, I fumble hard and get lost. Yeah, no way around it. You just kind of have to, grind it out, like me. grind, everyday grind. Oh, okay. Quick question. What's the language that you think in, right? The language that you use in your brain. Because if it's not Japanese, you better switch it to Japanese. I mean, sorry for the way I'm saying it. But yeah, you should switch it to Japanese. Everything that you see, that you experience in life, think about it in Japanese. Think about a reaction. How would you react if someone talked to you? How would you, I forgot the ahoge. Oops. Yeah. And over time, right? Like you start to link vocabulary and grammar to a specific situation in real life. So when you actually see that situation in real life, you remember instinctively that, oh, wait, I've seen this before. This is how I can react to it. This is the words that are relevant to this experience. And over time, you build it up like that. If you can do it, I would strongly suggest. Okay, 1 second here. I'm gonna have to think about the shapes real quick. So, yeah, I did not know that in Hindi's sentence structure formation is similar to Japanese. I wouldn't even say experience, but I had friends that spoke Tamil, and I'm really surprised that India has so many different languages. It's insane. Okay, wait, hang on. So we have some general shadows, generally bright in the middle, some additional details. My shapes are not particularly clean. In the original reference here, we do get a lot of blurring effect, but I don't think they did it this way. More likely than not, they probably used a brush that has opacity and brushed it in one go, with probably some proper size settings here. Let me retry this part here. Yeah. It's so different, right? Like instinctively, it's very counterintuitive. Oh, hello. Liduk tutorial. Yeah, Liduk. Yeah, Liduk. Liduk is very interesting. I feel like Liduk styles feels very refined, but at the same time, if you zoom in, it's made out of all those tiny little strokes that are not necessarily individually very refined, you know, if you will. I'm glad it helped though. Honestly, my videos, I always feel like they're kind of lacking. Oh, hello. Oh, interesting. But a more what was it? Viewers from India than I expected. I need to cut this in real quick. Probably opacity brush, but ooh, the opacity itself is interesting. Probably keep it at high. This looks a bit more usable. What time is it in India right now for you guys? Given the time right now, it should be about 6 plus 6? 11? 11? Oh, okay, 11. Ah, okay, 11. I used to be on the East Coast, and 12-hour different from me would mean to be in GMT plus 8 or plus 9. So now that I'm 3 hours slower on the West Coast, I guess that makes sense. Exactly 12 hours. Oops, not 12 hours, but 3 hours from GMT plus 8. Oh, interesting. Yeah, do let me know if there's any part that's not clear about the tutorial. Part of the reason why I stream is not just because I can show like just the real grind behind everything, because art is really a big grind of just doing things over and over, but also is so that if people have questions about videos, I'll be happy to answer them if anybody has anything. I am going to up my streaming schedule. I'll be doing a lot of streaming over this year, really. If you guys are interested about the plan for this year, I talked about it a little bit more in depth in the last stream, so you guys can skip to it and just take a look at that part. I have a whole roadmap of what I'm about to do this year, including doing 3D stuff, including making VTubers, and I'm gonna make sure I get there too. I'm not just gonna say it and then tell you guys, oh shit, I couldn't get there. Well, at least that's the plan anyways. As long as I'm physically able to and not hospitalized or something, I'm gonna get there. Yeah. Okay, just the basic shapes. Okay, I probably won't even be able to get past like this one piece here. I'm gonna grab colors here. So mentally I'm currently splitting this into just layers again of different colors. So I see the original brighter spots. I see this slightly darker spot. And then I see the darker spots. And I'm just going to continuously break down over and over. And then in terms of this part here, the first layer shapes seems to be very much focused on a big spotlight in the middle. And then the stuff in the side, I'm just going to darken it. Even though in my head, if there's a huge light coming in from the front, everything should be lit. But anyways, that's what studies are for, just to give yourself a little bit more option than your own thinking. Let's do this next level here. Seems to be a bit darker. Also, I think another point to note is that this original picture has like 5 of the same character, which is to say that they probably didn't spend a lot of time rendering everything, because that would be too much work. So with that into consideration. Anyways. What am I trying to say? Brand the Unreal Engine properly used in creative work. TikTok pizza treat. I have no idea what that trick is. I'm very bad with TikTok trends. I do not know what's happening in the world in terms of TikTok. I do watch like meme compilations and stuff like that, but whoa, TikTok is changing like every day. It's like new stuff every day or something. Everyone's doing some weird trends, you know, lighting stuff on fire. TikTok's kind of insane. Cool. Making friends in my chat. That's nice. Glad to be here. Draw a red circle to fill the face and draw a smaller circle of orange. Then set the layer to add plus glow and lower the opacity. What is this? Okay, no, I'm not gonna do it. Because this character is someone's original character. I do kind of want to be a little bit more careful in that regard. So what am I doing right now? I'm trying to add a little bit more color. What are these colors supposed to be? Just slightly more variation, I suppose. And then this part is darker too. I'm gonna lock it to the original here. Don't have to worry about going out of bounds. Still not dark enough, I think. There are also lighter parts in the original too. So this line here makes sense to me. The other ones don't necessarily make a lot of sense. I feel like I'm constantly being told by myself and like all the other artists that I see is to not draw too much logic. So we just do that. And then we do like even darker stuff. Oh, I kind of forgot about the bottom. Oops. Yes, I am on Twitter. I am on Instagram, although neither of which are very active. Probably be a bit more active once I get to the stage where I can create a VTuber model for myself. And then, let's see. Maybe do some proper VTuber-like stuff. I'm not necessarily trying to be a VTuber. I just figured that I'm streaming. And if I, you know, maybe in the future I take on clients and stuff like that, I should at least get to know what's it like to make a avatar and rig it. Probably be useful. Knowledge. Twitter is heaven as most of them get freelance. Oh. Wait a second. It's very faint. It is very faint, but there is a stroke right here. I haven't really addressed the lightness of the thing. Hell yeah, making friends. Hmm. Okay, not quite accurate, but yes, the contrast tend to be a bit lower and what, slightly less saturated colors. You tend to get that pastel sort of soft kind of vibe. Very good for drawing boobs, by the way. Not overdo it with the saturation. Keep it a little bit desaturated. Anyways, a lot of yapping. I'm going to do some slight adjustments of the color. Maybe lighten it a bit. So I'm guessing this is due to just trying to add variation and brightening the around the face where the main light hits. So specifically this area here. A bit here. And a bit here. Right, so the light source hits somewhere in the middle and we just brighten it up a bit, I think. More colors, please. Go darker. Is this darker? Unused. Very good. This is darker. So very minusculely darker. What am I talking about? Bad with English. Yeah, very curious about like how this artist set the colors. If I buy the course, I would know. Oh right, I don't even have all the back stuff. Oops. Just kind of focusing on the front here. Hmm? Oh wait, that's why. Yeah, I could go one more darker, and then that's kind of it. Although it's not very good. My so-called study. This is not even worthy of being called a study here. Kind of half-assed. You're mostly sitting in the grays too the whole time. Basically no saturation. But surely the shadow, the dark parts have it, right? This is blue. This is blue. This is blue. This is very blue. This is blue. Great. Kind of. So it just slightly glows. Actually, it's basically what I was talking about. Go towards blue and then just goes down. But because it's already pretty gray, there's not much saturation to lose. We can go the other way and get a little bit of saturation back to set up a bit more contrast. Okay. Shapes wise is kept pretty simple. Probably not too dark here. Not too dark here. Still too dark, huh? Oh, post-processing. Oh, that is possible. That is possible. That's the part that's impossible to tell from like just from the image. I do a lot of it too. So and what are you gonna do? Not much we can do about that. It's always a pain point. Like anyone who does a lot of post-processing. Actually, Mika Picasso does a lot of interesting photo manipulation stuff, like layer manipulation stuff. That's how, well, they get all the fancy colors and all the stuff in there. I've seen like a quick time lapse before of them taking the image and then just putting it back into the image and then do some layer effect on it. Ah, okay, wait, hang on. So note to self, like this is what I tend to do. Add a hard shadow here. Over here we tend to just go gradient. Looks like just gradient it in. Not that it's too important. Just some notes for myself. Yeah. And I have wanted to do a video on Mika Picasso many times, but I've also watched Tipo's video on her too, but dang, it's too hard. Over here looks like just random shapes now. It probably wouldn't curve down, but we have a little bit of light. Okay. Alright, let's move on to just the lighting now. Also, the lines themselves are... I need to handle the lines real quick. Just so we get a little bit closer. Yeah. I have an artist friend who really likes Mika Picasso. I'm not too much of the like the pop. Is it like pop art? I think it was called, like that kind of style. Very highly contrast, like it's mostly poster kind of vibe. Lots of halftones, lots of textures. Yeah, not too big into pop art. Yes, eye candy. Oh, what is the formula for lines? It's just slightly darker, right? It's not too specific. Man, I gotta work on my multitasking. It's kind of insane, like streamers can keep talking while playing like fast-paced games like FPS, and then they just like switch between back and forth between like joking around and that. Anyways, let's just deal with the highlights real quick, and then how would I do this highlight? Is it on the lines? I cannot tell. But from the way that the shape is crafted, it's definitely done in a layer on top. So it's just whether if it's on any form of layer mode or it is just black colors. We could try to guess and try to figure it out, or we could pay 200 American dollars to get the answer. Imagine school is just figure out the answer, or you have to pay money to... Well, I guess you already have to pay money to learn it. Wait a second, what? Dang. Anyways. Alright, I got like a rough shape. I'm not gonna bother. So it's kind of like rainbowish. Guessing the middle part is supposed to be... Wait, transition between yellow... Oh, green and blue is cyan. But it looks gray and white. Since I don't really know what's happening here, I'm going to just use the most saturated version of each color and then try to adjust my way down. So I don't have to worry too much about everything at once. Probably not gonna work out that well, honestly. And red and yellow, I guess. There's a lot more red here. If we just turn it down and drop the set a bit, what does it look like? It's too dark. What if we up this? Kind of set. Looks kind of glowy. Oh wait, what? This looks pretty similar. Screen? Possibly screen? Everything else is kind of saturated, but we could always turn it down, so that's not really a problem. Maybe it is screen. It's kind of weird. Is it just because I'm staring at it? This is the problem. Does this look similar? Wait, hang on. Let me do a 1, 2. Boom, boom, boom. Looks slightly more saturated, but otherwise it looks pretty similar. Huh. Maybe just tone down the set a little bit. Minus 15. Could have done minus 20. Let's do a little bit more. Also overlaying, they still have more contrast than I expected. Still more contrast. But is the base color constant? It is constant. So in Mogun's case, he starts off with a non-constant base color for anything that's organic. That's what he says during his course. So, okay, so that's one difference. This is more similar to what's more natural to me, I suppose. But enough yapping. Okay, that's So we just have some simple base color. Okay. Let's take a look. We don't have a lot of time. If that took like almost an hour, a lot of these would be pretty similar. More gradient, so this part here. Okay, boobs are on screen. Do not ban me, YouTube. Thank you. Okay, I'll just briefly go through each one of this. I just want to figure out the shape of the lighting real quick. Fortunately, we cannot escape the boobs. Or fortunately. Quickly go through these because they're pretty similar colors, and then we move on to the next one later. Like, drawing boobs is like one of the fastest way to grow in Creator. Seen so many artists that started after me, and then they just blew right past, and then all the way to 300,000, 400,000 followers. Just one boob a day. Well, one pair of boobs a day, I suppose. Boba. Grind, grind, grind. Okay. Nope, I have not. So, I have not bought their course. I believe they are a dude. And, no, I have not bought their course. Nor will I be buying. Probably not Buying, yeah. I honestly do not know what I'm doing. My kind of whole game plan is be exposed to a lot of different styles. How well we can replicate it one way or another is one thing, but just be exposed to it for like the next 3 to 4 months. We'll just be doing a lot of styles, different parts. So hair, face, body, and all that, clothing. And then after that, I'll just be doing my own original illustrations of lots and lots and lots of different characters. And hopefully some of these experiences that I did before kind of comes through for me. Maybe some of the parts that I do while I'm doing all these studies, I remember because I like it. And then that would be a part of it. Main takeaway from the hair session? Is that okay? I kind of did the same thing with Mogun though. So yeah, if you don't mind, maybe you could share with the class what the main takeaway. It's it's like 10 people from the class didn't go to class, and it's like, hey, do you have notes? Can I copy your notes? You know, if that's okay with you, much appreciated. Pretty sure it is okay. There's much. Okay. You know, I don't want to be like exposing their you know, removing the one reason that people are going for or something like that. Any information is appreciated. Oh, there's a bit of overlap here. Wait, hang on. If I remember correctly, big medium spell sector for hair makes it look more natural. Okay. Hang on, let me just double check. Oops, that's not the right key. All the 2D and 3D software have different key for dragging it. Not necessarily a lot of overlapping. Not like min levels of like overlapping. Yeah, the big, small, medium thing has art has that thing, right? The 70, 25, and 5% ratio thing. And then you want to arrange it in a non-sequential order, and then to make things look natural. But the problem is always like the specific sizes of each part. How big is the big and how small is the small? So this part is kind of here. So we have like the big part with a tiny thing, right? So this shape I do a lot by accident. Just separate the head chunks such as bangs, side hair, back hair. Yep, nice. So we have the front and then the sides and then the back. Cool. I'm is there more? It's okay if there isn't. I'm just not sure flow wise. It helps to break down complexity instead of the architect. Yes. Nice. So one lap? No lap. Actually, it's broken like this. Ah, interesting. So there's a cut here, which I will never do personally. To consider. Okay. And And then I just want to quickly break down the coloring as well. So in terms of light and dark, I'm just going to block out the shadows here. Not spend too much time doing it. Let's use red. A bit more contrast here. So this side is dark. So no shadows here though. Just a little bit. I would do shadows like this, but there isn't over here. It's also different. Is this in shadow? Yes, this is in shadow. Other than that, use reference and Nung Dolos. Okay, yeah. That is so big. Thank you for the thank you for sharing. That is basically $200 worth of information. Considering that I didn't buy it. So that's worth 200 bucks. It is I don't mean this in like a there's no value sort of way, but it is pretty common to hear those advice. It's always very tricky to actually do it, I feel like. Because over complicating it is like kind of vague in terms of exactly what should I be doing, you know, kind of thing. Yeah, honestly, learning art, probably the best way is just to find someone who you respect, whom style that you really like, and just get a lot of feedback. It's probably the fastest, I think. It's a visual thing in that regard. Yeah, like the sense, the taste. To cultivate that, I think is hard. Like for me is, yeah, like right now I'm learning a lot about what kind of shapes people tend to use, and then some of these shapes, like this one in particular here, I would do the shading maybe, but I'll never put the line there. I'll never emphasize that line that much and stuff like that. I don't know. Some of the shapes I would never do myself because I always thought they look ugly. But then when you look at someone's art and it looks so good, and then you see like, oh wait, they have that shape that I don't like, but oh, I guess it doesn't matter. And then that opens up that door for me now. That's kind of like what my studies are kind of doing. Like, so I'm just kind of cheating on other outlines and proportions and colors and stuff like that. Yes, thank you, thank you. More boba just for you. Very big bobas. We definitely revisit this artist when we do like bodies and skins. But I'm not really sure about drawing bobas on YouTube. I'm not sure if they're gonna, you know, strike me down. We're gonna try though. Just draw them as like water balloons in a different color, and probably the algorithm should be okay with that. We'll find out. So kind of just like that. Just get the first shadow in, just to get a rough idea. I'm noticing a lot of roundness. Oops. This specific this round line here. Previously had it as well in the other one. 15 minutes just to do a quick stuff like this too, huh? Dang. Very thick. So side view. Just one block and 2 blocks. One on top, one below. The other side. going on here? Oh, it's this layer. Oops. Okay. More round. Of all the artists I did so far, honestly, I think Ass style made the most sense to me. Felt the most natural. It's just that they bring it to a very insane level. But the preciseness of the strokes, the cleanliness, and the way that it's rendered, it felt the most natural. But I don't think I'll be like trying to get it to look exactly the same. No. Not much point in doing that, I feel like. So this crosses front. Yeah, this crosses front and then back. This pattern is pretty common. Not gonna bother about the proportion, and then one extra line here. Kinda. And then over here, maybe not as much lines. Not as many lines, and just a few. And then from doing Mogun last time, I want to keep the lines near the sides, near the points of the tension, I guess is what it's called. Should have drawn the face. Oops. Oh wait, sorry, I didn't see your message. Couldn't course you get notes we had tests and now has Photoshop files, which is pretty handy. Photoshop files. I was just saying, I don't know if you have Mogun's course as well, but because he paints everything on one layer, if you get Mogun's Photoshop files, it's just gonna be one layer for every part. It's kind of funny, but yeah. Oh, it doesn't have much files at all? Shit, I wasn't even paying attention. Do you, okay. Are you Japanese by any chance? Like, is that why your name is, Japanese? That's what I guess from the videos, yeah. I'm asking not because I'm trying to figure you out, but like, Japanese has that, artist, another website where you learn about art. It's called Palmi. Palmie, I think it was. And it has a lot of stuff on it. I signed up for it for a bit, but I was not nearly as motivated as I am now, so I basically did nothing with it. It's kind of like Skillshare, but for art only. But it's purely Japanese, so. Yeah, shapes here as well. It's interesting. There's like one thing that just comes out and doesn't really go anywhere. And then it just comes out. So the main block, some defining, and the main back, and then back. So here, and then here I'm guessing not even the whole thing actually. Just a little bit of light here, probably preference. Australian and then character I have like. I see. No, that's completely fine. That's all good. I'm just curious if anyone has used that service. It's been a long time. And because I didn't really make use of it, so just wondering if I missed out on anything really good. But Colossal's got that whole marketing down. Everybody that's famous is there. So the light is coming from that way, so probably this side should be dark-ish. How would I do it? I would do it like this. Maybe a little bit of this. Maybe a little bit of this. And then I would turn this dark. And then I'll probably keep this part bright here. Is what I'll do, but anyways. This really feels like homework. You do it once and you check answers. Not that your answers are wrong though. You get an idea of a different answer. And then this part is basically dark. And then this is also shadow. Alright, let's move on to something else. Japan, yeah, Japan is like a different, well, it is a different country. But it has such a different vibe than anywhere else. Don't even know what to say. Also, my ear just got tinnitus. Goddamn. Not enough sleep. What time is it? 11? I've only been at 1.5 hours. Okay, yeah, this part looks really complicated. And I don't think I can necessarily break this down. At this point, I think it's just putting in a bunch of details, like brushing the strokes in. Okay, what do I want to do out of this? If all I do is just this, I don't think I'm getting enough practice. We should do one where I don't look, which was what I said in the beginning. Just so we can give it a try. Given the time, I might have to do that now. So let's give it a shot. I don't have any good poses. Do I need to draw beyond the shoulders? Probably not, right? Okay. I seem to have chosen all the characters with similar hairstyles, I think. I guess we just use this character as reference. This specific pose, I mean. And then we remove the cap. And we are going to maybe make the wind blow the hair in the other way, so we don't copy exactly the same, end up with the same thing. And then we try to do it without any references and then come back later. He does have a lot of similar characters. Honestly, I don't know this artist that well. I've only seen them once or twice and only remember that they exist after someone commented on my stream last week. But I see that they really love their own original character. Although it's kind of interesting that they got their fans to name her for him. Also just big bobas everywhere. Okay, yeah, let's not overthink this. I'm not good enough to spend that much time thinking. kind of have to move. I'm not 100% a study here. I just grab some similar elements. Angle is more straight. Check. Oh yeah, I was looking at I saw a tutorial today about drawing eyes. You want to put like, was it a trapezoid down, and then you mark the tops and bottoms, and then you put in the thing. Helps put things into perspective or something. Never done this before, so I don't know how to use it, but it looks very useful, honestly. So I always struggle with the face angles as well. It's gonna be absolute hell when we start grinding that in a couple weeks. Angle is kind of down. How long have I been drawing for? It's been I think it was 2020 March that I started. Before that I was doing some drawing, but like pretty badly, and no direction, no goals. It was just like you know, wishful thinking. It was just, I want to be good. Good evening. Konbanwa. Kabukimono. Irashaimase. I did a lot of not really tracing. I guess studies is what I would actually call them, but I liked a lot of game characters. And then I would just take like a huge like drawing sketch thing. I forgot how big it was. Like it's like A3 or something. That's pretty big. It's like if this was me or something, like it's pretty big. As a kid though. But anyways. I've said like anyways 5 times in one sentence or something. But that was the extent. I've been really stubborn about not watching tutorials and stuff like that though, so I think that really hampered my progress. My whole train of thought was that, you know, I don't want to look at anybody else. As a Cintiq Wacom 13 HD is this sorry, Wacom Cintiq, goddamn. 13 HD that I bought back in 2015, I think. That's off center. Yeah. It's really easy to get a misconception if you're studying, if you're learning it by yourself. No one's there to tell you that it's okay to use reference or that you just should, you really should use reference. No one's there to tell you that you should do more studies and stuff like that. And then watching time lapse and watching other people draw is always like, oh, an artist means that you can sit down and finish the drawing in like an hour. That's what an artist, being an artist is. Just from your imagination, right? That's insane. Anyways, do you perhaps interested in Braille study Rogan Joie? Let me double check. I will double check right now for you, just for you. Delete. Ah, yes, I know who this is. Yes, Rogan Joie. Yes. Wait, let me check my alignment meter. So I am interested. I'm definitely interested, but not like hardcore interested. But there are a few artists that are very similar. Let me bring it up real quick. Let me see if I can bring it up. Where is my alignment chart? Chaotic good. Nah. Crazy art style, yeah, like random Shit. I can't really remember all the names off the top of my head. Where's my reference? Okay, so because I'm not streaming my user time, it's not the usual group of people that comes. But basically right now I'm trying to do style development over here. So over the past 5 years of using Twitter, I've collected maybe like 1,000 favorites, and most of them are just, you know, character drawings, but a lot of them are full-blown illustrations, and I pick out about 100 something that I really like. 100 something artists that I really like, and this is the collection of a singular piece from the entire repertoire, if you can use that word for art. And I'm trying to figure out what I really like. And on this side is stuff that I don't necessarily like a lot, but they'll be very good reference. On this side is stuff that I do like a lot. And in terms of that artist in particular, I believe there are artists that are very similar in terms of style in this list as well. They're more painterly, but also, I don't even know what to call it, but like there's like interesting things going on in the darker colors. And this artist in particular I really like, Mizu. This is a pretty old painting, I think. And like Rhythm is also very insane. I don't think I can ever get to this level. I don't think I'll be doing like a study of this anytime soon. Maybe at the end of the year when things settle down a bit. Yeah, I don't necessarily know if the artist that you brought up is in this list here, but we'll definitely be going through similar stuff, because that is the direction that I want to go towards, right? Stuff like this. Oh boy, we have a long way to go. Wait, are they here? No, they're not. This is really close though, this person. Button. I guess the graphic isn't very good right now, but yeah, in due time, for sure. But I've definitely heard of them before, which means that they're definitely up there in my rankings. Reno Tuna. Let me double check. Oh, I just realized you guys can't see the screen. Whoops. I should have just done this here. Following. So, I know who this is. This stuff keeps getting posted on Pinterest, especially the dude and like oh, what was it? Crap, that I keep seeing. Another Korean artist. Okay, so how should I say this? This is really cool and all, but they're very focused on the character design and character illustration. I kind of want to have 50-50 on background and character. So we tend to be going into the background and character, both of them, both directions equally. So yeah. Have I studied them? Sorry, I forgot about the question. No, I have not. Studying is still a pretty new concept. I think it sounds kind of weird as someone who's making videos of it, but I haven't done that many studies. Basically, every video is a study that I have done in my life, and behind the scenes, I don't think I've done any other studies. There are some failed video ideas, like for example, if you guys know Arknight's Ling. For E2 art, I did a study before. Actually, I might as well show it now, since I probably never show it again. I'll never use it for a video. Where is it? Video number 7? No, video number 5. Right, video number 5. Okay, so... Oh my god, the lag. Oops. So... hang on one second. So this is the original E2 art, right? And the idea was to replicate this in a video, for a video, sorry. But I didn't want to just do a study. I was trying to be ambitious. So I did my own comp, and I did some stuff. And honestly, when I just opened it up just now, it didn't look that bad. When I made it, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to present it. I don't know how to explain to people why I'm doing the things that I'm doing, other than the fact that it felt like this is what I should do to make it look right. And so I scrapped the video. But I actually, do I have the time lapse? I think I have the time lapse. Wait, hang on. Can I show the time lapse? Oh, I have the time lapse. I thought it's just the background thing. I don't know if there's a lot of value in this. And the characters have a different time lapse for it, just to you know, don't be freaked out. I'll show that in a second if you guys are interested. If anyone's interested. Yeah, all these props and all the dragon and stuff, like, I don't know what materials is supposed to be. Like, it's just this thing. Maybe it's like jewel, like gemstones and stuff like that. But yeah, like I thought it was pretty okay in terms of comp, but because of the way it's composed, it lost a lot of skill. The original one had a lot more skill, with the big mountains and the character being smaller. And then my lines are really like hard. Because I was trying to be, show us the chart time lapse, your coloring style is okay. I wouldn't call it my coloring style. I appreciate the I appreciate the vote of confidence, but my style doesn't quite exist. I can show you what my so-called style looks more like, because I did some drawings recently that's entirely original. But over here, I'm just really just looking at the original reference and then thinking about, oh, how can I get the same effect? It looks like they used this brush. It looks like they did this in this way. Oh, I really like the lantern. Putting the pattern in, and then if I had spent a little bit more time giving each individual face a little bit more like glow in the correct angle, it would look a lot more three-dimensional. But I remember back then when I was doing this, I was so drained out. Like, yeah, make this pattern and then put it on top, and then applying some layer effect. I really like stuff like this. This is the stuff I enjoy. But anyways. Oh. I suppose, you know, since I'm doing this, I must as well quickly go over the layering, which I forgot. Oh boy, I'm going to crash. I think the background is kind of meh, but where's my character? Oh. Wait a second. This is the composite. Oh. How do you study anatomy? Yeah, so I do not study anatomy is the problem. Okay, that's not true. I did some studies of anatomy, but I'm not very big on hardcore anatomy studies because it's too complicated. And if you really want to get really, really good at anatomy, it will take too long. So my philosophy is, when you want to draw a character, you look for a pose that you want to draw off of, reference off of, and when you're drawing that pose, you're not going to just copy it. You're not just going to trace it. You're going to try to break it down to shapes and then draw it on screen. So that would be my anatomy practice. So whenever I have to draw a specific character in a specific pose, I do a one-time study of that one pose. And then that will be that. So as you can imagine, the efficiency is not very high, which is even now I'm still struggling with anatomy. But anyways, I'll just briefly go over the layers. Even I don't remember this. So I guess base color. What the hell is this? I have a cup. And I have a water. Wait, no. What's my water? What is this layer? Okay. So hair is base color. So this is a brush with opacity. And just to be clear, everything is just not copy and pasted. Like the colors are all picked from the original one. So I have no idea about why these colors are chosen. Just adding more layers on top. So same thing. So these are brushes of opacity, and if you use it before, it's very easy to replicate the effect that you're seeing here. And then this is glow dodge, right? And then just some highlights on the top. I think like art like this, that's a good point, is that there's a lot of components to it, so you don't actually need that much detail in each area to bring out the final effect. So base color for skin. Well, what is this actually? Oh, a very, very slight gradient, apparently. Very, very slight gradient. So shadow, but probably with gradient applied onto the layer as well, so it's not one strict color. I don't think. Is it? No way, right? Yeah, it's like a little bit of variation. Reflect the light. The eyes are... Oh, whoa. My lines are gone. So, some eyeshadow, the white parts, the iris, and then just this. Pretty straightforward. Even the original illustration, if I remember correctly, is pretty simple for that. Arm. So, a separate layer just for this glove-like thing. I'm not really sure what the lore is. This that you're seeing here, I have no explanations for. This is probably just here because of what I saw in the original illustration. So the order that I did it... Oh, no way, I actually did it like this? No way, dude. Okay. I don't even have words for it. I don't even know how to explain this because I most likely started off of this. Because this makes more sense to me. I'm adding a little bit of highlights to show the form. The reason why it's so jagged is just because I saw that in the original illustration. I do not know why it's like this. Added some more shadows because it's meant to be somewhat reflective of a material, it looks like. So you want that black and white contrast. Random colors. No explanation. The bandage. And the shadows is most likely... Yeah, I probably control-clicked one of the layers, select the dark parts, and then just paint it over on top. And then we have the highlights. What is C? Ah, clothing. Oh my god. Clothing was the reason why I didn't make it into a video. Because I really do not know why. Like, the way that this is rendered, why are there holes here? You know, like, if you look at the original as well. Like, okay, now I can see it. Actually, now I can see it. And now I can see why, actually. The folds here, and then being pulled down and down and down. And back then, my understanding was really, really shit. But I cannot explain, like, all of these. Like, these brushstrokes here. Most likely, I probably shouldn't be using too much logic. It's just there to add details and stuff like that, but... I felt really bad if I just put this out and just make the video and saying, oh, I don't know why this is the case. I'm just doing it because I'm doing it. And I don't want to take too much time, so no, one layer for some colors. This is just aesthetic. There's no reason why there should be glow there. This can be better argued from the dragon. Just to give it a little bit more width. That's why there's white part here. What is this? Okay, just translucent part. Right. But the translucency is done... Wait, how am I doing it? I'm painting over, I think. Okay, yeah, so this is actually painted using the colors behind. So it's not actually like lowered opacity like this, translucent. It is just painted, so it's fake. It's kind of like an illusion. Some shadow, some light. What is this? Right, and then the details are painted on. So this is one of the stuff that I learned here. Was that a lot of times you see tiny details, just paint them on at the end. Just forget about it during the main thing. If not, you get too tied down. What is this? The main thing. So there's already a gradient on here. And I just painted everything. Okay, great, thanks. Thanks, Busme. I have no idea what the hell you're doing. This is just reflected light. Some kind of shadow. Some kind of color adjustment. The words themselves, that's why they're here. So I found the words, and I don't know if I typed it out or I just draw over it, and then manipulated it into position here. There's a bit more adjustments. What is this? What is this? Okay, the whole layer just for that one stroke. No idea why it's there. Alright, what's next? Okay, the tail. Man, this thing drove me insane when I was drawing it. Base color. So, the dark stuff, which I do not know why. Some reflected light from God knows where. More form stuff. Some details which I got really tired of drawing, as you can tell. What is this layer? Huh? This is an empty layer. Okay, just for good luck. Highlights. The hair, separate layer because I noticed that it was cutting through the original stuff. Just some rendering. Eh. And, oh, the line art. Yeah, the line art is supposed to be on anyways, but... This was insane, because each one of this was drawn. The lines and stuff were drawn. And it looked pretty okay at a glance, but if you examine it closely, it has different widths, different lengths, blah 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 blah. It's just somewhat humanly impossible. Not really, but I didn't want to spend that much time. So let's go through the pants first. Pose. Minor random details. Okay. Gradient. Props. Some shadow on that. And then a paint over on this. And I got lazy, I used a layer mode here. What else is there? Another accessory. Oh, a lot of accessories. So accessories I just gave up. You can tell there's no shadows, no nothing. Just some glow dodge on the metallic parts. Yes, okay, now go onto the bamboo. These are just the lines for the threads that's holding on to the bamboo. And the bamboo themselves. So base color, lighting, which involves some gradient, as you can tell, there's darker here. Lighter here, reflected light, everything on one layer, because I got lazy. The multiplier here was just meant to be a little bit of more details. And then pushing out the edges. So this part makes sense, right? Because it is a separate plane. But this part doesn't make sense. The glows here doesn't make sense. Does the original have it? No, they do not. They have the line, which makes more sense. Why did I not do that? Dang. The fact that I didn't do that, even though it was in the original manual, was just out of my mind already at this point. Front hair, basically the same as the back hair. Face color. Oh, hair layers are a bit tricky. I most likely did it here. So I'll do the dark stuff first, because it's blocking in the bigger parts. And then the other stuff. Oh, okay, that means it's probably the dark stuff, then the shadows. Most likely this shadow first. Then the color. Then this, and then this is probably the order that I did it in. And whatever that is. I guess she has like an accent. Hair, horns. Face color, dark, light, glow dodge 2, and reflected light. And finally we have our lantern, which I'm decently proud of actually when I made this. Oh my god, what? How many layers do I have? So, stuff, we start from the staff. So, I mostly have it looking like this when I was drawing. Okay, I definitely messed up the layers. Yeah, because I'm not supposed to draw on the base layer. But this is probably more reflective of what I was looking at. So, gradient, reflected light, texture. So, this is just painted on. More form, defining stuff. Separate plane, so separate layer. I cannot really explain this. Because I don't think there is an edge there necessarily. Staff. Okay, just form. Reflected light. And I called it day. Different material, just different colors. Right, and then this is painted over. By picking the colors that's available. The dragon that's on this. This was really painful because I had to imagine what it looks like. Because the original had it pointing in a different direction. It took a while. So just some textures, some glow, and then I gave up here. I just gave up. I don't know what I'm looking at. This is the resolution I was working with too, so GG. And then the lantern, the final thing. So I forgot what order it was, but yeah, this part I really like. So this is on glow dodge. This is normal. This is on glow dodge. And I also mess up the shape of the lantern, but it's not too obvious. So it still looks decently natural. And then whatever this is, ornament, and the effect. I should have just put one more layer on top and put like some glow dodge, and that would have made the thing pop a little bit more, I'm pretty sure. I can't even see it. Why can't I not see it? Huh. I don't know why. Is it because I'm in the... Is it because of my background? Okay, I'm very confused. I don't know why it's not working, but... Yeah. Oh, you're right, the water. I was looking at this and I was like, oh yeah, that looks pretty okay. I think the white shouldn't be on every side. I should probably only keep it on one side. But this was actually more decent than I thought it was. Also my cup. Where did my cup go? White cup. Shadow. For the basic form. Just add a dragon on it. Give it some shadow. And then that call it a day. And that's the entire character. I'll probably not go through the background because it's gonna take too long. Anyway, so that's that for anyone who's interested. Quite a bit of a segue. What was I doing? Right. Anyway, that's the end of my show and tell. I'm gonna come back and try and finish this. I guess a study. The chin is kind of too big. The eyes are not quite the right vibe. Not the right yet color. Music ended. Let me restart it. Switch to a different one slightly. Okay. Alright, set up again. I'm too lazy to update the link. You know what? I could do it like this. I'll just update the link. And then I'll remove the number. There. Now it's always relevant. Always relevant. So we've got maybe like maybe like an hour tops. Within an hour we have to end this. So maybe this is the quality that we can this is probably the max. Since she's not blowing bubblegum, I'm just gonna change the expression here. How does this artist like to draw smiling faces? Yep, no lines there, but we definitely need to give it a bit more weight here. Okay. Since I'm at it, I'm gonna change the eyes slightly. Give it a little bit more life here. Fixing the frame a bit. Oh, I see. This is not quite the same vibe. Anyways, that's not really the focus here, so I'm gonna leave it. Dang. I say that and I immediately go back to drawing the eyes. I really cannot leave this alone. Ah, yes. What is the meaning of the numbers? I never thought someone would ask me that. But wait, what are the numbers? I know it by heart, but I just forgot what I've left on my Twitter. Let me just double check. So I'm not talking about the wrong thing. Ah, yes. What are the numbers? They're very important numbers. The first two numbers relates to the two VTubers that have motivated me. The numbers don't mean anything to them. They mean something to me in terms of when I first discovered them. And I don't think it's hard for anyone to figure out who those two VTubers are. If you just look at my Pixip, and I think anyone could probably figure it out. The next two numbers are my two characters that accompany me for like basically the past 13 years of my life. Oh, that's 13 viewers now. Haha. 13, lucky number 13. Anyways, you guys will get to meet the characters soon enough. Within the year. I guess it's not that soon. One of them is on my... I've been drawing the wolf character. The other one is the other one's gonna come eventually. When we do our VTuber designs, I'm gonna integrate that character in a different form. Okay, we have our face. It looks pretty cute. So, but before we move on, let me just get the neck in. I would really like to get all the way down to the shoulders. That sounds really weird. Oh my god, that sounds really inappropriate. Anyways, I would like to draw all the way down to the shoulders, but my anatomy is poo-poo. So it's gonna take too long. Let me at least get the neck and some rough, a vague notion of a set of shoulders. So this is vaguely similar to the original here, I think. Not quite. I think the shoulders are too far away now. Fumbling. Do not know about the proportions either. Just going off this reference here. Also, no boobas. I'll just leave the block here for the chest. Yeah, this is basically the extent of my anatomy knowledge for the record. Just some rough idea of... Is this... I felt like maybe it's better if I didn't put it in, but it's okay. Let's get onto the hair now. I'm gonna lower this a bit. So the whole idea is to blow the hair in a different direction so we don't end up copying every single form here. We want to have the opportunity to practice breaking up the shapes, but still have enough references for us to basically do like sort of a checking the answer kind of thing at the end, so we can know what we did well, what we didn't do well, at least with regard to the original artist. Yeah, I am interested, but I'm not interested in spending the effort, you know what I mean. When we do the anatomy stuff, I will find a way to make it work. I'm gonna find something, find a more fun way to do it. I think I'm not really sure if I can manage that. We take things one thing at a time, but yeah. Thank you for the suggestion for sure. Anatomy references, anatomy resources. Good ones are hard to find for sure. Okay, let me just double check. So this character has two decently short. No, decently. Okay, no. The bangs. Are these the bangs? The side bangs are kind of short. It goes down to about the bottom of the cheeks, right? Somewhere near the mouth. So this part is kind of long already. But the ones that come out go down, well, basically all the way to the boobs, right? Possibly, yeah, around the boobs, given the proportions of the original artist, which I'm pretty sure is bigger than this, right? No way this is that small. Oh, my music is killing me. Chill, bro. Books on anatomy. Okay, let me just get general shapes in. Would it go this far? I do not know, but my personal preference is to push it there. And the side bangs are coming from still in front of the ears. Okay, so I get permission to do this. Oh yeah, I forgot about the ears. Huh. Some random shapes in the middle. And I like her slick design, so I'm not gonna bump out the hair like this. We're just gonna let it go. So if this is front, then we can have a back here. Nice, nice. Helping each other out in the comments. Good. Given that this is from the side, I'm gonna see more of one side and less of the other. So probably this. And this comes down, right? And with the wind, it's probably gonna blow it even more. But I want to show the face, so we're gonna have to cap it here. I feel like that happens a lot with art. Some things you just gotta push aside. Push logic aside for aesthetics. Which makes sense. So I want to converge it like this. I don't know enough about shapes. If I converge it, does it make it more focused onto the face? What do I do with the empty space? Thinking about it too much. No thinking, no thinking. Back hair is a ponytail, so we're gonna show a bit of the side here. Kind of like this. And then it gets focused in. This is just rough here, so I'm gonna draw a bit more of a rougher set of lines. This angle is 3/4. We probably won't see a lot of the ribbon. Indeed, yeah, like the one singular thing that I've always been really caught up on is trying to find my style. But I keep saying that, I keep thinking that without ever doing any actual studies of real life or doing any studies of anything. So it never came, obviously. And then nowadays, I am still struggling. That for this plan at the moment. And then my plan now is basically just same as anatomy, basically. It's just gonna come from me doing illustrations and not actually from studying real life, but studying other people. And I'll pick and choose the stuff that I like. Alright, this part confuses me because I feel like there should be a bit of a bump here, but I don't like the shape conflicting here. So maybe I'll just ignore it. So a little bit of definition here. This part should be the same face though. I don't think it should be like that. Maybe not like this. Maybe like this. Maybe it doesn't matter. Because in the wind, I'm going to make it a little bit more free. Also, I need more space, please. I should just make this smaller. Ah. From people much more experienced than me, apparently what you like will determine your style. Yeah. Definitely. It's just, I guess you just cannot avoid the part where you have to spend time in drawing, which makes sense, you know. Does the back go further than the front? Do I care? Not sure. Oh wait, I just realized her hair is quite a bit higher. Let me bring this up a little bit. With the way her head, yeah, we need to bring this up higher. The number one taboo of drawing is to not is to end up with a character that doesn't look like who you're trying to draw. It's GG, bro. Oh right, and I keep forgetting this. So since I get to push this, just too much. It is taking a little bit too much screen. How long is this thing? It's varying length, long and short. Oh, but more importantly, it's from where? It's from behind? No, it's right and down the center. I'm gonna give this a bit more character though. Eh. Let me bump this up a bit too. Maybe in terms of rough, this is kind of what we're gonna work with. And since we are doing this, might as well bump it a bit more. Not sure if there's any reason why the back is gonna blow more, get blown further than the ones in the front. Also, we never had a reference of Hair in the Wind from this artist. But it's okay. It is what it is. Just bumping out too much there. Yeah, when Ass draws hair, there's a lot of circles in the hair. A lot of circular holes in the hair. It would go like... what, like this? And then there'll be like a circular hole in there somewhere. Something like this. Anyways. That's a bit weird sidetrack. It just draws my attention so much. Big jugs. Alright, we're not going there today. No big jugs for us today. Right, it's been 2 hours. Let's try to wrap this up in the next half an hour. Yip yip hooray. Yip yip hooray? What? Okay, let's try to break down the shapes. So the main block in the front, 2 sides, but the other side is blocked. Just the one that comes out. Root of the move little compared to the ends. Root of the hair move little. Yes. Okay. Yep. Okay. And then there's like weight and stuff. But I guess hairs are individual strands. How much does it matter in terms of... Wait. Okay. Before I continue, I need to decide on if I'm trying to get this to look like the original artist or no. What was my objective here? My objective is not necessarily to look like the original artist, but just give myself a chance to think through the process again. So I'm not gonna try to make it look too much like the original artist. I'm just gonna do what makes more natural sense to me. So that this serves as part of the exercise, part of the experience that can help guide the development of my own favorite way to draw stuff, I suppose. But I'm already kind of lost. Let's just get something out first, I guess. And then try to fix it in a bit. Compared to the original, I think my strands would tend to be a little bit longer. It'll be pulled out a little bit longer than the original. And one thing I found that I really like to do is just double out lines like this really closely. Really thin lines but doubled up. It adds more details, but it doesn't clutter. I think we can emphasize this top round shape a little bit more. Looks nice. Thank you. Thank you. But the really crazy part is about to come later. Let's see how we can. Let's see how we deal with that. Also, I forgot that. So this is on this side, but then that's on the other side. So this side here is kind of like folded onto the side that we can't see, and alright, so it folds over to that side that we can't see. Let me get the line weight correct here. Line weight was another thing that was really difficult for me to do. Because I've seen artists say that you should just, you know, put it on the underside to edit, give it weight and stuff like that. Or, you know, ambient occlusion. But I find that as I draw, I just kind of have a way that I really like to distribute the line weight. Like on the ends, when I draw hair. My weight would just be light, and then thick. At the end of the day, I think it's just there to increase the amount of details on the screen, and probably not too important to worry about exactly how it is done. Though, that's just my opinion. Yoink, yoink, yoink. Yes, this is the shape that I tend to draw a lot. A tiny thing with a big thing. Ooh, did we find anything today that I can borrow? Maybe just break it up a bit more. I don't think we had any that was like this though. Oh, how about I just split it at the bigger stage, so that's one in the front, one in the back. Oh, it looks okay. A bit more detail here, maybe. Like it gives us a bit more, a little bit more interesting shape there. Very round, but I feel like generally this artist is kind of round. Sounds like I'm making a comment about the person. But the characters have very round, you know, assets, as well as the hair, the shadows. So a little bit more round seems to be okay. Oh, I think I forgot a part of the hair design, actually. Oops. Oh yeah, I did. I forgot about the spiky things on the side. Gotta fix that. So this part I can pull out then. I don't have to end it like here now, which is great, because I don't really like this line. But because of the wind, maybe we can still keep it a little bit under wraps. Too messy? Eh? Probably okay. Oh, is this better? Okay. Kind of even in size. We could probably adjust it more, but let's just leave it. And I think this part here, I'm gonna try and avoid making it just completely round. Give it a little bit of incompleteness here. Oh wait, where are her ears? Do I do it now? I should do it now. It's just right here. And then the inside, I'm gonna try and be more mindful of the weight here. That's a little bit more interesting. Okay, it's reading well. I'm gonna add a bit more weight here for it to read a bit better, because this is the separation between hair and face here. Same thing here. Not so much there. Not so much there. Can do it like this. So now this forms a little bit more of a layer, right? So this is underneath and this is on top. That's why I really like this double line structure. Unfortunately, the eye is a little bit too covered, but during coloring we can always fix that by just showing the eye instead. So I would appreciate if there's more details near the eye. Wait, do I want that? It might be too noisy. I can always do just that. And then we can add strands at the end anyway, so it's not that important right now. So that's on that side, right? So we can have like this. So it's like this is that one side. It goes to the outside that's facing the other side that we cannot see, and then it sort of flips back in. It just comes back like this. But at the same time, we see the inside too. So give it a bit more nonsense. More details. Not nonsense. 50-50, not great. Something like that. I have this tendency to leave trailing lines like this. Oh, sorry, I just completely stopped looking at the chat. This is what happens when I get too zoned in. Maybe you can hold the pen for you, let's see if you can control a pen weight. I have no idea what that's in relation to. Rip. Rip. Thank you for the feedback, though. Thank you to you guys for participating. Art trees tend to be pretty boring. At least in my point of view, from my point of view. I think in the future we could do more fun stuff, because this channel was meant to be like, you know, doing more, trying to do more technicals, do more insanely complicated stuff. So in the future we might be able to compose images together, generate ideas for comps, that kind of stuff. Yeah. Our goal here is to get really good, to make quality art, like E2 art. And then I don't know where we're gonna go. I had plans to make stories. I was gonna draw a manga. I had 70 pages planned actually, but that was literally just the beginning and the end. I don't know anything in the middle. And drawing manga, I had everything set up, but I thought about the work that's required, and then I'm like, let me focus. Look how distracted I was. I was gonna do this part, and then I did here, and then I did this, and then I did the year, and then I'm just gone. Completely forgot about this back part here. I don't even use TikTok. I guess Twitter's not much better, huh? Attention span is still pretty crap. There's a few lines. Okay, so the back part, this kind of goes against what Modare is saying, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure at some point he said that you want to draw the outline first, and then you want to draw the face, and then you draw areas that's closer to the character than further away. But I kind of like using thicker lines for the back here. I upped the pen size by 1. Not that it's a lot, but... Oh, I need to pull this line at one go, I think. Where am I going, though? Oh my god, it has 3 twists? Hello? This is hard. Where am I going? Okay, no one shot then. Let me plan this part here. So, the main bulk comes through here. Ran out of space. No such problem. Too thin, right, for the main branch? Oh, I definitely need to do this on a new layer. Ah, crap, there goes my expansion. My domain expansion. Canvas expansion. Oh, but before I go on, let me just put some emphasis on the places that I think needs a little bit more. Just to help it read. Since I'm at it, I must add the face in. Boom. Okay, looking good. Looking good. Drop. The music's kind of sinister. Dang. I do need reference for eyes though. Okay. Why is this line here? I think it's just not the... It's not this. It's just eyelashes. Yeah, this doesn't fit the style. I'll leave it out. Oh, I forgot the iris. At this point, I'm really inclined on finishing coloring the entire thing. I don't have time for it tonight. Then should I do it tomorrow? Or should I move on to someone else? Art is a weird balance between like doing things you want to do and doing things that you don't want to do. Like if I'm enjoying myself, I might as well finish it. But at the same time, I feel like I should push myself to go on to the next artist and the next artist and the next artist. It's the whole point, the whole plan is to see more style. Don't want to be too caught up here. Given the number of things we have on the list, it's gonna take a hot minute to go through all of it. Dual Island? I also never properly studied that. I just put in a line just because everyone else does it. Oh. Oh wait, no, I did not. A little bit of fuzziness, just to give ourselves a little bit more detail. Eye sizes are kind of different. A little bit bigger than the original. Not just a little, huh? Not just a little. If that's the case, I want to bump this up instead. Then. The eyes are aligned. And this weird feeling that it's not aligned. This needs to be straighter. So the reference is this way. Should be fine, I think. Oh yay, back to here, yeah. Use the body as a way to not worry about joining lines here. Right, who nakes is a good question. So I do not know. Even this artist I chosen just before I started stream arbitrarily. Arbitrarily. Is there anyone in particular? But there is a requirement though, is that we cannot do anyone that's very, very painterly. Like the one that you suggested. The what's the name? 若干爪. Mostly because it's really hard to tell the forms. And it will take too much time to figure out the rendering too. Someone like Min or Mogun, actually, I was thinking about Mogun as well. Who else was on my list? Yeah, some other artists that I never really heard of before as well. Someone called ZZ, I think. What I want to study is just form. It's the idea of how I can split the shapes up more, right? In fact, originally I wasn't even planning on doing any rendering at this stage of my my roadmap. I simply just wanted to know how can I split the hair up more into more shapes. That was my whole objective, if you will. But I don't know. I mean, I don't really have to be too caught up on that. But we definitely do need someone simpler than hardcore painterly people, because I don't have the time in the stream during weekdays. Even today, I guess I I had like a few pictures planned, right? Like, and then we can only go through like one of them, and then like two more that is kind of miscellaneously done. Yeah, like those painterly styles. We'll get there though. We'll definitely get there though. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna skip them. I have a specific section in the roadmap that is for learning about more colors, and you know, who better to look at than all those people who do like hardcore painting. Because they're really good. They know what they're doing. They can add a lot of colors. I need to know that. I don't like the shape so much, but we don't quite have the time to be picky. So we're gonna have to go with this. My god, my music is very depressing. Let me go to something that's more stable. Where is my button? Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes, yes, I completely... Yeah, I've heard that before. Easier to paint than to line art. And I truly admire those people. Like, from me, I have this problem where I evaluate my art too early. The moment I put something on canvas, I my brain just got, that looks like shit. You're shit. You gotta fix that right now. But that's not how art is, right? Like, you have to go through all the intermediary stages to get to the final thing. But my brain is like, nah, bro, you can't do that. You're gonna be like one of those god artists that is anything you put down, that's the final thing. That's it. You can't touch it anymore. So painting without line art is like dealing with color, dealing with form, dealing with lighting, shadows, everything together with the composition, together with, well, not necessarily composition, but that's insane. I can't do that. I just have too much, I'm just too self-critical to have the patience to do that. But studies do help though, I feel like. After doing like all the studies that I did for the videos, after doing it, oh, actually, I just realized I actually did a lot of studies before. I used to stream every day for 2 to 3 hours for 2 months straight, and it was just me logging on, finding a random picture, and then just stream myself studying it in complete silence on Twitch to a viewer count of 0. And if you guys are interested, I do have all of them archived on my YouTube. Not that you guys should really waste your time on it, but it's just there. What do I do with here? Oh, also wrong layer. Oops. I don't think I can ever shake line art. Not because I don't think I'll never get to the mastery. I think I probably will, but I do like my line art. And Min is really such a huge inspiration. They just do not care. The line art is just there, and it isn't necessarily like so clean either. Like, that is so based, bro. Like, this is like key visual for, like, you know, Arknights and stuff like that. It's like, you know, the line is just kind of Big brain, no big brain. It's just very based. I'll do a quick adjustment here. I messed up. I messed up second time by not doing it on the right layer. Like, 0 brain cells today. Yeah, there's so much freedom in drawing line art. You don't have to care about colors. You don't care about anything. You just run your fingers. Oh my god, that's kind of inappropriate. But anyway, yeah, you just go on the canvas, and then things take shape. You know, that's so good. Very good. Let me get the body in here. Gotta be naked though, so we can't draw any bobas. Or can I? What are the hands doing? They're hidden away from view is what they're doing. Alright, we came this far. Where are the boba references? I need boba references. Let me get on the Twitter real quick. X. Alright, chyaan. We're gonna look for boba references together on stream. Let's see. What angles do we have? This would be a great angle. Actually, this is enough. No point spending too much time looking if this is gonna do the trick. The thought that you can express the illusion field with just dots and lines, I think that's, yeah. It's so elegant. yeah, it's just so elegant. There's nothing to pour about. It's just elegant form. Like colors and stuff. Sometimes it's too dark. It's too desaturated. It's not my liking. My liking. Blah blah blah. Line art is just elegant. Okay. If the stream goes down, you guys know why, right? And if it does go down because of this, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. Okay, it's the same angle. It's not quite the same angle, so I cannot do exactly the same. Also, with boobs this big, you probably have to think about the clothing too. Do we really want to do this? Do we have an? Doesn't make it more complicated for no reason. I guess it's not no reason. It is boba. These are the biggest reason you ever get. Oh wait, I'm stupid. Hello. This is the actual reference. It's the original one. Dang. Hello there. Oh, hello. Well, since we have this reference, I might as well use the same clothing. Why not? I've never drawn bobas this big. Wait, hang on. So I need to map this out a bit. So the angle is this way, right? For us, kind of like this. So where's my rib cage? Wait, what is this layer? Okay, it's just this. That's good. With this angle, there will be quite a bit of perspective on the rib cage here, I think. Somewhere middle here. Something like this, maybe? Where are my origins here? This is... I have a bad feeling about this. Guess that we're gonna be here for a while. Chest-wise, relative to head, about... Oh, it's bigger actually. Dude, when I start drawing bobas, the number of concurrent viewers just goes up by double. Why? Bruh. I guess why is not really a good question. It's not really a question that needs to be asked. Should I test it out and just stop drawing bobas right now? Is that half my viewers are gonna go? Also, I really cannot see this. My anatomy is not up to level for this. What is the plan here? I think this line is getting in my way. Everything is OBS. The fold for the boba is at the midsection of the ribcage. It's the size and weight of the boba that creates a larger fold. What do you mean by fold? Do you mean like the line? The middle line where it starts? Also for the question about the pop-up picture, that is just OBS. So OBS has a bunch of settings for... can I show OBS on screen? Does it record itself? Oh yeah, of course it does. How am I talking about? So you get like a bunch of stuff here. So each one of this corresponds to one of these things. And like, for example, this is just an image, right? That's how we get here. And I guess this is not really relevant anymore. But yeah, it's just OBS. Okay, I'm gonna do my best to get some bobas going. It has like a curve a little bit down, then up. But with the angle that we have, where is it gonna go? I feel like my ribcage is too small for the size that I'm about to put on here. No? And all boobs, big and small stuff in the circulation by sack from the creates a fold on the body? Creates a fold on the body. Oh, I see. You mean like the underside, right? Because it is bigger, that's why it curves back in like this fold here. Oh, that's what you mean. So the bottom here is supposed to. I need a layer. So the origin point, because it always starts somewhere here, I guess. Starts at the midsection of the ribcage and the size. Right, starts at the midsection of the ribcage. I know the nipples, if it's like not as big, is so we have the sternum. We have the collarbone. I guess it's a bit further up. Then we have the sternum, and then where it ends, and then we have the curvies. I guess it could be a bit longer. I always try to map like the middle of the nipples to about the same thing. If you look from the front, that is. I try to map it to like the nipples are kind of like here, like this. Is this bendable? Dang. Anyways, so the lines would be, I don't know. Would it be that high though? It feels like maybe we need a bit more space. Wait. So it starts here. We went from hair to anatomy. That's too big, right? That's definitely too big. This looks kind of swollen. It's like really short. It's too round. Probably have to do this in steps. Okay, so how about this? It's really hard to see, but also my shoulders are here. Actually. My arm starts here, and then it's supposed to somewhat connect it here too, right? Oh, hair study 4 by books. GG, bro. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna finish the hair today now. No bueno. Yeah, very bueno. Would this be higher then? So I start higher. My angle is slightly different from the wrap, so I can just copy from it. It's too high. Alright, so this is not quite. And I feel like it should be more this way. So what if we just shift this up? A little bit better, maybe? Let's clean this up a bit because it's next to impossible to see what's going on now. And let's put this here. Ooh, what layer is this? Who's the offending layer? And if this? Hang on a second. So this comes down. The original angle when we turn the body, what's it gonna look like? I feel like this line should be further up. And then on that side, will it curve that high up? Something like this, maybe? And you'll still go to the edge. These straps are so thin, bro. What? Strongest straps in the world, bro. What? Give it more volume. Volume. It looks kind of squarish now. Right, we need to fix the rib a little bit. So if this makes sense. In our case, the body kind of like straightens up, like the rib goes up over here this way. Like she's pushing her chest out for God knows what reason. Yeah, if that's the rest of the body, you know. Probably like this, maybe butt, but we're not doing butt for sure. But yeah, this part feels too far forwards. Or is that how it's supposed to be? The reference kind of looked like that too. Okay, let's try to get a set of clean lines here. Regardless of how right anatomically this is, it's the best we've got. Tonight. Zooming close in the center, there's a Spider-Man holding. Oh. Damn, you got me in the first half. I was like, more advice. Like, wait a second. Tiny Spider-Man right here. And in the back too, probably. This is Spider-Man's part-time job, just making indestructible scraps. Oops. I need to get rid of the hair in the back. Cut it up. Dory. Empty layer, yes, happens. Please God, give me the strength to finish this. Does it look right? I don't know if the shape looks right. Like here, is it too high? Or maybe this line here is too low. Should it have been higher up? Oh, maybe it should have been higher up. Maybe just move this up. Oh, interesting. If I'm not sure about the curve, I lose the ability to control my width, my line weight. should we try to make that? Okay, nah, bro. Alright, I can't even say it. I don't know if this will make this a little bit too much. So, never mind. Nothing. And it's so hard. These curves. Gotta be perfect too. Almost there, almost there. Gotta drop this a bit. And then we can adjust the line weights later to give it a little bit more meatiness in the indentations. Actually, let's fix it now. What layer is this? 13. Not the best, but just a little bit of it. That's weird. Okay, that makes this kind of weird now. Wait, the top one is... No, wait, no. I'm not done yet. I thought I made the top one way too big relative to the bottom. Very delicate lines. And I guess given the size, we must go up here. Or not. And leave it to rendering too. Oh, I see. Relative to that angle is different too. But that does mean that it should be lower. No, but lower relative to this, not to this. So it's still fine, I think. And not like it's not completely ruined. Probably don't want to finish that line there. Ah, yes. So the bottom here. Yeah, this top one is really hard. I want it to curve back in, right? Ooh, is that better? But it looks too white up and down, it feels like. So my layers is getting... I think we need to squeeze this down to deform the lines a bit. What about 19? Oh, it's very close, but we still have excess. Oh yeah. Might have to make the tip a little bit sharper. Do I have to change the rating of the stream for this? Alright, one last strap. Where's my hair? Be gone. Oh no, there goes my shoulders too. So somewhere here. Connects to the top. Yes, yes, yes. Of course, of course. Let's do the top line first then. Oh my god, lagging. No lag. Same width for both straps, slightly thinner. I'm just gonna never mind then. I have to redraw it now. And then I have to run this line down. Run it right into the middle. Where would it go? Maybe here. Does this make sense? Probably defining lines using random pictures. I always get drawn to draw the lines with shadows and light instead of form. Ah, interesting. I see what you're saying. Never thought about it that way. Because you see all the final colors and stuff, which includes all the shadows and all that. Sometimes you get like the impression of that being a line, but it might have been painted shadows or something. Okay, this might be it. Where is my... the lines are not the keenest. And also it's really thick now that I'm looking at it actually. Dang, I put too much strength in this. Okay, I'm not too happy with the line, so we're gonna fix it. I'm gonna... Actually layer 21 stays out. I'm gonna cut this part out. Oh. Try to control it a little bit better. A little bit of a whoopsie over here with the lines. $43. Okay. There we go. Clean up. What happened to my neck? Where did her neck go? No more neck. Put it back in. Here? I'm gonna skip the collar. Just we probably have enough stuff. Screw it, let's draw the collar. God damn it. Wait, no, wait, hang on. I completely forgot that she's missing like the long side bangs too. Blocking the boobs obviously is not allowed. We have to figure that out. So get rid of all the sketchy lines. Alright, it's 12:30. We're gonna have to call it actually. Maybe just 50 more minutes. Maybe just 50 more minutes. Also, this shape is not bro. I'm gonna shift the apex of this mountain a little bit higher. So still not very perfect this time. Oops. Okay. Very good. Very, very good. Good enough. Oh. Better remember to save. Be the first time we screw that up. The light blush. And then control is okay. Lock in T. Augers. Big Bobas. Instant win. Wait, hang on. Where is the... Yeah, this strap here might be a bit too much. Let me give this... Like, she's arcing her back way too much with this current setup. At least like here. At least like there, right? Come on. Line, please. Line. Okay, imperfections in the line. Can't be helped. I wanted to put a little bit more of the rest of the body just because ending here on the boobs kind of feels weird. You should at least see the rest of the chest somewhere. Maybe here. Really just depends on what's the posing now. Actually, given the original reference here, should probably shift this a bit more. Okay. Yeah, this is apparently like a hair practice, and right now, like, percentage-wise, that isn't even like half of the image anymore. Maybe with this, it's kind of half. What do we do with the sides? With the wind, it's gonna complicate things. We can always just brush it to the back. I don't think we have a choice, honestly. Yoink. That goes. This goes first. Okay. Got an idea of what I'm working with here. What is the thickness like? No, this comes here. Oh, I pulled this way. Okay, I pulled this way. I pulled the line this way. Yeah, I don't like the shapes. This looks a little bit better. Nothing too thin. This is right in the middle. It's almost right down the middle. Forget about it. Something else over here. I want to cover all of the neck. You know, if we had time to... no, but it wouldn't make sense either. I was gonna put the hand here to brush the hair back, because that makes sense with the wind coming from the back. But that means we have to change this group too. I'm not doing that. Anyone in the front is gonna block here, so we cannot move it to the front. Alright. I'm even really practicing. I was going to compare with the original, but I guess if the goal wasn't to make it look just like the original, why would I compare it to the original? Confused. Never mind the wind just for this one side here, so we can, you know. Right, the important one is this line here. Where from and where to. Do I want to erase this line? I don't like it. I need to calm down. Out. Too thin, but this idea works for me. Should it be just that thin? I guess it's fine to have one. It's a little bit messier, but if anything, other practice has shown me that I don't have to be too particular about it. Given that we did add the boobs in, I don't think anyone's gonna be looking at the hair anymore. So, oh wait, I need this hair to be in the front. Let me just get rid of the ears then. Eat. give it a bit more presence. This part here is kind of annoying because it's like a tiny slit of space. It can be kind of annoying. This is how we deal with this. This proportion looks so weird to me. It just doesn't make sense in my head. I think also this is too. This is also at fault here. The shoulder. Surely you're a little bit over, no? Oh wait, what? I already merged it down? Ah. Painful. Surely it's like a bit further up. Is it blocked? Front? Yeah, let's put it here for now. Wait, no, I need this. How about this? Flip? Still looks weird. Okay, it's just GG for me. Yeah, without any more rest of the body, it's kind of hard to set this perspective in. Oh, of course, of course. Always. Also, my neck is gone. Oh, so what? Why is this here? Oh, okay, it doesn't work because my neck is tied to the head. Oh wow, this definitely needs to go. This is my. Oh, not that far, I guess. Just here. The neck is too small now. The most I go is here. Only thing we can do is... Oh wait, no. It's because of this being the hair, I see. In which case it's not too bad then. Anyways, if you want to suggest something, feel free. Like, don't mind me. I'm just ranting to myself. A little bit thicker is good. I was looking about the body as being viewed from a high angle so that the pelvis should be set in line with the shoulder. Yes. Yes, but we won't be getting there. Yeah, if I was doing the pelvis, it would probably be in like this angle right now. And then the butt would be here. So this is the side of the body, right, that comes down. And then this would be the what's it called? That one bone at the front of the body, and then the butt will be here. And then the arms can be here, arms can be here. Yeah, but we won't be touching this, so iliac, yes, iliac, correct. Thank you for the anatomy help and suggestions. I need the lines. I don't really need the lines, to be honest. I'd be doing the same thing without, I mean, in the rendering anyways. What difference does it make? Add a few more. Yeah, don't worry about it. Like, suggestions definitely feel free. It's just that I might not use it anyways. This part here is kind of messy, but let's try overlaying some hair to get a little bit more complexity going on. Does this even have anything to do with the original artist other than the character at this point? Also, I don't know how to overlap that well. That's it. Probably that's it. There's one reference here that could be helpful, but at this point probably you just have to start curving back if you want to keep going, but yeah, let's call it a day here. I still kind of want to break the back part a bit more, but oh wait, we do have a little bit of reference here. What can I use here? Some loops. Here seems like it's like a pattern forming. Breaking the pattern like this with a thin one seems kind of... The space here is kind of weird. I feel like these guys maybe should... Yeah, something that thin in the middle. Alright, let's call it a day. Let's just clean this up and then... What was this? Oh, just a singular line? Alright. Does not exist. Yes. Game over. Let's clean up the lines. Things that should be seen and things that should not be seen. And to use the lasso fill. Any space? No, no space here. No gaps. There is a gap here. Huh. Guess the gap has a purpose now, kind of. Alright, no way we're finishing coloring today. So should I collapse the layers now? No point, I guess. And then we gotta put in like the folds at the armpit. Nah, we're not gonna do that. I don't think it has it in this angle, no? Does it have it? Oh, they do draw it anyways. Although the arms are not quite folded in, but I just want to make the arm look a little bit more natural and at like a similar point. Somewhere here, perhaps? Yeah, I'm not satisfied with this side here, for sure. Let's take out all the sketching, the rough lines here, the blue lines, and this is not round, man. This is not round. Okay. GG. Wait, what is she wearing? I just realized. What is this, like some kind of... Huh. Oh wait, this image is a lot spicier than I thought it was. Oops. Alright, let's see what the YouTube algorithm says. I guess we have to finish next time. And then next time might be tomorrow. And then we'll move on to another artist after after we finish this off, which shouldn't take too long, but it will still probably take 30 to 45 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for coming, guys. I was not expecting more people to come than on Friday, because if I stream on Friday night, it's like Saturday for most of the world. But yeah, thanks for coming. I will be dropping off now so I can go to bed, and then I'll set up the stream for tomorrow as well. Oh shit, what am I doing? And I'll see you guys then. Bye bye.